this program, Weekly Inspiration. Today, I'll be talking about the topic living a fulfilled life. Living a fulfilled life. I want to give you 3 points on how to live a fulfilled life. There are other ways, but these three, take note of them. You cannot live a fulfilled life without these three. And one of the points is acknowledge divinity. What does that mean? God first. God is my priority. God is my head. God is my Lord. Because that is the only way to acknowledge God, is to submit to Him. Proverbs 6:3 said, in all of your ways, 3:6. Proverbs 3:6. In all of your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. He will direct your path. If you want to have a smooth life, you can't do it without God. Because in the journey of life, I can guarantee you there will be challenges. Because any man or woman that has not experienced challenges in life has never tried to do anything good. You have never tried to do anything right. The moment you stand up in life to say, I want to become this, I want to do this, I want to touch this life, you will surely have challenges. Challenges are part of our life. So to live a fulfilled life and to be able to overcome the challenges that you must come in contact with, you need God. You need God. You need God. You cannot just wake up and begin to brag about and say, I will do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. No. You must learn how to say, if God wills, and as long as I'm still alive, because God is the giver of life. He gave you life, and He wants to be in charge of that life. The moment you begin to say, if God wills, this and this will happen, this and this will happen, you don't move until God says move. And when God says stop, you stop. That's what it means to acknowledge God. Don't ever think you can become anything without God. The day you begin to think that you don't need God in your life, that day you have declared yourself an automatic failure. The Bible said that the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. There is God. There is God, and you have to acknowledge Him to have a fulfilled life. 2, become an author. When God is the one leading you, God will be speaking. He said in Habakkuk 2, He said, I will stand upon my watch to see, to hear what He will say to me. And He said, write the vision, make it plain. You must become an author. Start learning to write down things, write down ideas, write down visions. Whatever God puts in your heart, write it down. Whether you think it is God or you don't think it is God, the moment it is a great idea, it is an idea that can make things better. The moment you find out it's an idea that can make someone's life better, write it down. Write it down. With time, God will start making things clearer and clearer. You will know the ones that you are supposed to do, the one that someone else is supposed to do, the one that you shouldn't do, but write things that make it a habit. Get addicted to writing things down. Be an author. To be a mover, you must be an author. If you want to, because said that he that readeth may run. Running is about moving. To make things happen, you must be a writer. Why? Because sometimes we are humans, you can forget. But anytime you go to that your tablet, anytime you go to that book where you wrote it down, you're like, wow, this is what I wrote in 2013 and I have not done it. My God, I have to be on the move. Something stirs up something inside of you and you see yourself begin to move. So learn to begin to write things down. So 1 is acknowledge divinity. Submit to God. 2, become an author. Become an author of visions and ideas. Hallelujah. And the 3rd one, and the final one for today, picture effect. I'll be coming back to give us other points in subsequent videos, but the last one for today is picture effect. What do I mean by that? You cannot feature in a picture. You cannot feature in a future you don't picture. Until you see it, you can never have it. It said, as far as your eyes can see. I've seen people who are afraid of greatness. They're afraid of success. They're afraid of great platforms. Why? Because they never saw themselves using those platforms. They never saw themselves doing great things. They never saw themselves impacting lives. So when the opportunity to be a person of great impact shows up, they go to hide. It happened to Moses. It took God a lot of hours, maybe days, to convince him that he is a man for the job. He's the one to go and bring out the people of Israel from Egypt. All right? The same thing happened to Saul. Saul didn't see himself looking at it like, oh, my people were the least. When you keep on, if you don't see the big picture, you cannot feature in it. You have to begin to see yourself. Because when you see those things that you want to do, when you see those things that you have written down, you see it before you enter into it. When you begin to see it, you see yourself begin to act it. You see yourself begin to prepare yourself for that future. You see yourself doing everything that you need to do. If you are believing God, or you have written down that I want to be a great singer, that everybody calls, everybody wants to have a feel of what I carry. What do? You begin to train your voice. You begin to have mentors around you. You begin to do a lot of things. Invest into yourself in that area, because you don't want to appear in the public and be a public failure. So in the secret, you begin to train. That picture you see begins to form your daily routine. Another reason why you need to see it is so that when you come to a particular level of success in life, and you look at what you have written, people might be clapping based on this. But when you look at this, you know that I still have a long way to go. Based on what was written, based on what I see, this is just the list of what I could ever become. I see you live a fulfilled life. I know that your life will not be a life of disgrace. I know you will be an impactful person in your generation. I know you will live the kind of life that when people look at, they envy you. The people admire. They want to be like you. They want to live the kind of life you're living. They want to be happy as you are. That is my prayer for you today. So remember, 1, acknowledge divinity. 2, become an author. 3, picture that future. You are blessed for life. Thank you for listening.